Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm in my mom's kitchen and she's going to share her recipe with us for
Fete Fudge.
Ooh. This decadent fudge recipe is so easy to make, but I have never made it before. I've always watched you make it, so today you're going to teach me and everyone your Fete Fudge recipe. Will you tell us a little bit about the history behind Fete Fudge?
Sure. It's Fete, F-E-T-E, as in fair or festival, and it comes from a local hospital fundraiser which was held every May for a weekend. And this fundraiser included rides, games, entertainment, and lots of food. And one of the favorite vendors was Fete Fudge. And so many people demanded the recipe that eventually, whoever originated it agreed to have it published in the paper. So
I just learned this yesterday. I never knew. I thought this was just my mom's amazing fudge, but she is prolonging the legacy of this hospital Fete Fudge because it's no longer in existence, right?
Yeah.
It started in the late 50s and probably ended, we tried to look it up online and we saw maybe in the early 2000s.
Right.
But it's not here anymore. So we're letting that Fete Fudge live on, right?
Yes, indeed.
In all its deliciousness.
And it's foolproof.
Ooh, we like that too. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay.
So we have a large Dutch oven here on my mom's stove, and it looks like we're starting with a sizable amount of sugar. How much is this?
4.5 cups of sugar.
So can I do the honors? I'm going to add everything in and you'll tell us what we're adding here. So 4.5 cups granulated sugar, always a good start.
A pinch of salt.
Okay. Oop, that's a little more than a pinch. I'll just do that. Here we go. Okay.
A tall can of evaporated milk.
Tall can, so this is 12 ounces.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Do you pop that yourself just to make it easier to... The can doesn't come like that though, does it? That's a good idea. So what do you use to do that? Do you see this? There's two little triangles in the top of the can. So instead of using a can opener...
A beer can opener.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Easy enough. And then
2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay, now does this have to be at room temperature or doesn't it matter?
No, it's all going to melt when it's stirred up.
Great.
Then I'll turn on the heat and it's going to boil for 6 minutes.
Okay, so we have the heat on about medium high.
This is my hottest burner.
Okay.
So I don't put it on high.
Okay, so we're stirring it with a wooden spoon.
And when it starts to boil, then you time it for 6 minutes.
Aha, okay, so we'll wait till it comes to a boil. And then set that timer. May I try stirring it? I just want to feel what it feels like.
Yes.
All right, so we're just waiting for the sugar to dissolve.
Yes, and
the butter will melt.
You have to stir it fairly often so that the milk doesn't burn.
Okay. So while this comes to a boil, we're going to continue working over to the side here. So what are we adding?
You're adding 2 bars of German sweet chocolate broken into chunks.
Okay, so this is 48% cacao. And do you want to help me? We'll each do a bar. How many ounces is this? So 4 ounces per box, so 8 ounces total of our German chocolate chunks. It's kind of nice, it's like a Hershey bar. It's already sort of divided for us, so we just have to break it up. Am I doing this small enough?
Yes, it doesn't have to be individually broken, just into chunks. Okay.
Good.
And then 1 12-ounce bag of semi-sweet morsels. And a 7-ounce jar of jet puffed marshmallow cream.
I always like finding more ways to incorporate this into my cooking. I love marshmallow fluff. All right, so we'll get this all out of the container. We're gonna use the whole jar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't come to a boil quickly, but when it does, you definitely have to keep stirring to keep it from browning anywhere. What I like about this recipe is that even though it has a huge amount of sugar in it, it's never sugary.
Like you mean the consistency is very smooth? The
consistency of every bite of fudge is not granular, let's say.
Right. Oh, that's great. Do I need to mix this together or not yet?
No.
Okay,
no.
That's a struggle over
You don't
here.
have to do anything with it until the heat is poured on it, and then you're going to beat it. That's what's going to mix it together.
Okay, sounds great.
Now it's starting to boil. You can see these bubbles all over, not just along the edges. So I'm going to set the timer for 6 minutes, and then I'll stir fairly continuously. See, that's a healthy boil, and that's the reason I put it in a really large pan so it doesn't splatter up on me or on the stove top.
Good tip.
You don't have to stir this all the time, but you certainly have to watch it for 6 minutes.
Yeah, I find when I'm cooking, if I put the spoon down and I think, oh, I can just walk away, that's when it burns. So I'm just gonna stay right here and babysit this a little bit. Okay.
And I don't know whether you noticed, but I turned the heat down a couple of notches.
Okay.
As long as it's still boiling, it doesn't have to be at a very high temperature.
Okay. 5 minutes left.
Coming down to the last seconds, we can turn the heat off. Have our last stir, and these pot handles are going to be extremely hot. So we have to hold on to this heavy pot securely and pour it away from us into the bowl. You don't want this to splash on you because that burnt sugar will really burn you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's in the bowl and we're gonna immediately start beating.
I've never really timed how long I beat it, but as long as you feel the chunks of chocolate, you have to keep your mixer going.
Okay, so we're using a spatula to kind of see that everything's incorporated and melted, and it looks like there's a little more marshmallow fluff that I need to beat in.
That sticks to the side of the bowl.
Oh, sorry.
But other than
this is definitely very time sensitive because I'm seeing that it's already starting to firm up a little bit as it cools. See it on the top? Okay, so I'm gonna beat a little bit longer.
Yes. Just to get that marshmallow all.
Okay, and on about a medium speed.
Right. So now we're pouring all this creamy goodness into our buttered 9x13 pan and just letting it spread around.
That looks so good.
Pretty much spreads itself. And then we're going to refrigerate it to let it cool and to harden more quickly.
Okay.
And if some of the swirls of the marshmallow show on top, that's just, I think it looks even more interesting and appealing.
And homemade.
And homemade, right. I always leave enough in my bowl to run my finger around a couple of times and have a delicious taste before it hardens into squares.
I just learned that too. That's the most important step. And it's fantastic. It's so smooth and creamy. I can't wait till it sets up. Thank you so much for sharing this delicious recipe with me today. I loved making it. I can't believe how easy it is. I'm gonna make it a lot more now.
I can't believe you've never made it.
I know.
But it's a terrific recipe for sharing something homemade along with other small gift items when you give to family or friends.
Yeah, perfect for this time of year.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for joining us in my mom's kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with another family recipe.
For the full recipe, check the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen.